Good, I forgot to refill my coffee.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
I've been trying to get through porn again all day. My almost 3-year-old has been going nuts all day.
And we are live, everybody. I hope people filter in eventually. I'm Brimstone, joined by my partner in crime, the Ginger Wolverine, because, he's actually a black man because TikTok says he's black because he's a dreadhead. So it's the same thing. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. The short box schedule is a bit wonky right now, work schedules and everything like that. But we do try to go live every week with some news, comics, and pop culture stuff. Comics are a little bit on the backslide, but yeah, like and subscribe, good people. Thank you, Wayfair, coming in right now. First one in the chat. I'm sorry I don't have the emote set up, but when we get set up after MegaCon, we will 100% be having some all kinds of cool shit. The first one in chat will be Tripping Poo, will be the one tripping poo in the parking at Disney World. So we have so much to go over, but what are you reading, Gingy? I saw you were diving into something, and you're like, wish me luck, and it was Absolute Batman.
Absolute. Right now, I'm reading a few books, but right now it's Absolute Batman. I tried last night. Not a fan.
No, there are some. I'm just a firm believer that there are some foundational things you do not change in a comic book, and you use that foundation to tell another story. When you tear the foundation down, it reinvents it into something new. You can slap that name on it and you can try to make it what you say it is, but it never will be, because it's basically, when you take that foundation away, the foundation becomes really heavy fan fiction. Even with fan fiction can have a budget. I mean, look at the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. Fan fiction can have a budget and can make money. That doesn't make it what they say it is. I do have some good news for me. Yeah. I have finished my run of The Question. It is done. All of it.
Like collecting it?
Like done collecting. I have all of the 87 run. I finally bit the bullet and just ordered them off of eBay. Because they were having a buy two, get two free. So I ended up getting a couple extra books for somebody to get some signs at the con. But I just slapped The Question on there, and I finally finished my Question run. I'm like, yes, I can continue reading it, because I was missing the second issue. Like, if I was missing like the 10th or 12th issue, I would have read, through more and stuff like that. But you can't miss the second issue. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't do it, and I couldn't find it. The local comic shop couldn't find it. And I'm just like, screw it, I'll order it off of eBay. Shout out to Pleasant View Comics in Rhode Island in your eBay shop, man. Seriously. They charge like $9.99 a comic, but it's a flat $2 shipping rate. And they have really good deals every now and then. They will literally just charge, you can buy like 4 comics, pay $25 and $2 with the $2 shipping fee. And you can get some great quality books on their website, on the eBay page. So seriously, absolutely worth checking out if you're looking for random back issues that aren't going to be at your local comic shop. MegaCon's right around the corner. We are 14 days away from vacation. And oh, dude, I didn't show you this yet. So the boxes weren't working, so I had to get a binder. Well, I got one box, but I'd have to order 5 of these because the Rippaverse books are so thick. A $14 box that held a $40 box that holds 15 bagged and boarded comics would run you 30. It's $40, and it holds 6 Rippaverse books compared to the 14 to 15 bagged and boarded comics it could hold. So I ordered this.
Nice, man. Ooh, that's nice. That is really nice.
So this is just for the travel to the con. But yeah, so we got, bam, right there. Horseman Zaylen, both of them getting signed by the great Chuck Dixon. Absolutely, without hesitation. Glory, Norfolk A Glorious Death will be signed by the great Eric July. Saints and Sinners, I will get all of them. And if I have to mail this to Az with return postage, I will get it signed by Az from Heel versus Babyface. This book is so big, it gets its own page. And then the Soska sisters have their own section. We got Blood Ruth 2. Blood Ruth 3 will go right here if it shows up before then. Gyro 1 and 2. A awesome Black Widow variant print for No Restraints play. Their Battle World comic that they did for that run covering the nurse. And I'm going to get this signed by Chuck Dixon. And it's being
Let's go.
Weirdo. Oh, and then of course, you know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
I intend on buying a print from him and getting it signed. Oh, and Sean Gordon Murphy, Batman the White Knight, issue 1, first print.
Okay.
And his Constantine run that he did.
Oh.
I'm going to get them all signed. And of course, I still have room for much more. Oh, and I packed an extra hard case. Going to pack a couple hard cases just in case.
That's good.
But still got room for more in here. And this will go in my carry-on. The Batman's just going to sit there, and I want it to go to a Batman fan, and I can't think of anybody bigger than Beardo. Sure, he's gay, and he reads super chats badly, and he eats soggy waffles, but it's still one of those things that's just great. And yeah, the other one, like one of these would only hold 6 Rippaverse books. I need 5 of these to get to the con. This has loose issues. These are all gifts for people, so I have a comic thing to come home with, extra for the loose books. But yeah, man, 2 weeks. 2 freaking weeks. Ugh. So much good shit. Oh, and I'm going to get ISOM 1 through 3. And so I hate to say it, for the first time ever, I had to cancel a Rippaverse order. And it upsets me so much that I had to do it. But the Horseman 3 got announced, and I've been waiting 6 months for Horseman 2, and I bundled them together with the Rippazine 5 and Blue Swift. And they have had so many issues getting that book out. I've been waiting 6 months for my Horseman 2. And it's not that I don't want to give them my money. I waited 6 months for the book. And I'm like, 6 months is a long time because, they had printing issues. And I'm just like, nope, I'll just refund it and I'll get it at the con. So I figured that was a good thing to do. I don't know if I'll be able to get Blue Swift. We'll have to figure it out. But I was hoping it would be here before the con. I'm also hoping The Curse, The Black-Eyed Club, and The Curse, The Black-Eyed Club, and the all the current Soska Sisters books ship sometime in the next week, because I'm not going to be home for somebody to pick them up.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. So, but I hope I can get them out. I hope they get here before I go, because otherwise they're going to be sitting there waiting for me and probably end up getting stolen.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
So I might ask my buddy to come by and check that, but I haven't gotten a notification that they're shipping. The Soskas were just at the Rippaverse. They were at the warehouse signing books. So
yeah,
hopefully those get shipped. I really, really hope they get shipped, because they get shipped within early next week. Because I don't know, man. I have all at least the Soska stuff, so I could get it signed.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a way I can have them like hold shipping my orders till like after MegaCon when I'm home, even if it means I miss getting them signed.
You might be able to request a day to ship. Maybe.
Well, it's all paid for. All the shipping is paid for each individual books. It's not like I would like them to get here before the con, but what I'm thinking I might do is if they are shipped, they might have copies of the Curse and the Black Eyed Club at the con, and I could get them there. But I'm more worried about them showing up and getting nicked.
Oh yeah.
I don't live in a great area. What? You see, every time I'm live, you insist on demanding attention. Dog immediately just walked under the desk and plopped his head on my leg. Oh Lordy, what a week! What a wow! Believe it or not, it might not sound like it, but World of Warcraft uses quite a bit of higher brain power, and I am just tired, like drained. It is. New WoW X packs. I'm just there. Like I pre-order it. I'll do my whole thing. It's one of the only games I pre-order anymore. It and anything, and it in a Pokemon game. Which, by the way, dude, if you're gonna get a Switch too, better get on that shit real quick, man.
It's gonna be a while.
Well, you're gonna end up paying $700 for one.
It's gonna be even longer.
I'm gonna start saving as soon as I get home from the con and get finances settled. Hopefully get one by the end of June, because RAM prices are about to go skyrocketing, and ain't no way Nintendo isn't going to get affected by that shit. Ain't no way. So we got some stuff to go over this week. Some stuff you probably never heard about, but we're going to start off with a good one, and that is actually Battle Beast information. The new run starts on the 18th. Which is 2 weeks away, right before MegaCon. And no, I will not be getting the book when I get back from MegaCon. You're going to get a whole bunch of videos when I get back from MegaCon about stuff. So we got some information about Battle Beast. And this is absolutely probably my favorite run on the website, on comics ever. And this picture reveals far more than it needs to. This is a picture for the cover of issue 9. Yeah. And this issue goes really, really hard if you actually pay attention. First, it kills one of my theories that I thought, which really pisses me off, but yet still does not confirm my other theory, which I have a video I am working on about that soon. But so I had a theory that it was Battle Beast who took Conquest's forearm. With the sword and everything, it would make sense. Now, admittedly, this could be a MacGuffin. This literally could be just something to not hint us onto it. But if I zoom in, whoop, no. But, oh, yeah, can't. Wow, it's not letting me zoom in. Screw you. But, yeah, so basically, if you see here, Conquest has a really awesome arm. It's a bionic arm. For some reason, he lost it someplace. And I would have thought that his fight with Battle Beast would have actually done this, because this is something that could definitely happen, and he could have been told by Thrag, no, you can't kill him, we need to study him. Because if he poses that much of a threat for hurting you, then he can absolutely pose a threat to the Empire. He needs to be studied. So we got that, and I was figured, that's why Conquest lost what he did. Now, like I said before, admittedly, this could be misdirection, not leading us on to what is happening and stuff like that. And that would be great. I would be like, I fucking knew it. But we never know. So I'm not disproving it yet until we see Conquest actually in the book. But if you haven't read Battle Beast and you are a comic book reader, or you are just absolutely a lover of just that Saturday morning cartoon feel action comics with a little bit of manga and anime splashed in there, This book is fantastic. You don't got to know a shit ton about Invincible. You can have the minimal information from the show, and this book is still fantastic. And the best part is you don't have to buy the individual issues. You can buy the trade paperback, which is out right now. First 6 issues, absolutely fantastic. It is done by Kirkman and Otley, the original creators of Battle Beast. Check this book out. It is absolutely freaking phenomenal. And it took Ginger Wolverine here, what, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get it after it came out?
Yeah. It was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait. Somebody's pissing off. Well, that'll segue into us nice. So this wasn't on the chart, but we're going to pull this up because, you know, I like clowning people. So the Comics and actually check out her channel if you haven't. She's absolutely fantastic. Put this status on the Lanterns. Lanterns teaser trending number 2 after 3 days. The hype is through the roof. HBO Max and Tumo, 1.2 million views over 3 days with 106K likes. You don't see the dislikes. Okay, they don't have the dislike thing. But that's still the views versus this. And this is much worse than folks think. 1.2 billion views and only 106K likes. I'm not sure about the dislikes, but it means people don't click that like button. How many people just say, nope, this isn't worth it, me even clicking anything? DC Nerd, you don't believe what you just tweeted. That ratio is incredible. What are you talking about? 0 out of 10. Comics and do you know how many people live in the United States alone? This guy, this DC Nerd, let's check him out. Okay, oh, there we go. All we needed to know right there. He's slobbering the gun knob. Look at that retweet. Yeah, James Gunn retweet right there. All with that fucking gun knob up in there, man. Can't wait to tell where you end James begins anymore, man. Fuck. Pull your cock out of his mouth. New photo, all lantern shit, all that shit. See, the worst part, I actually like this cover. That's a really good cover. Mm. But this guy's obviously a gun shill. No common sense. Probably reads it and is adapting to the modernity of comics. And it's okay. He probably reads purely digital and doesn't go to the comic shops on Wednesdays.
Yeah. See, and I'm not like, you know me, from what I've said. I obviously I'm not liking what I'm seeing with the Lanterns show, but I still don't know how the show's going to be like. So. I don't know.
I got something for you. So since we're on this one, I got one for you. So the guy who did it, 1 minute. His name is David Lindelof.
The director.
Did you see this yet?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, we didn't like the Green Lantern, so we just took green out.
Just announced the Green Lantern show. It's called Lanterns because we all agreed green was stupid.
And that is everything you need to know about the show. The writer and creator of the show thought the green and Green Lanterns was stupid.
But then have you seen the Lantern? The Lantern looks stupid. They don't like the name Green Lantern, but then they made a stupid lantern for the Lanterns. The Green Lanterns.
And I'm sitting there like, I'm no DC expert. You know, I like my more low-key heroes and shit like that. You know, the Demon and the Question and everything. And this is just like, seriously, you're just destroying more AT heroes because now everybody's going to see Green Lanterns. My knowledge of the Green Lantern is minimal. I know basics. I know the OA. I know the Guardians. I know the emotional spectrum, the multiple Lantern cores. I know Green Lantern's based on will. I know that the ring chooses the user. It's not a training position. I know that the suit is created by the ring based on whatever subconscious thoughts the fucking wielder has, which is why the mask comes up sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. You know, there's so many things, but they clearly just did this as a cash grab. Like they're just trying to use, you know, fucking whatever. And I'm sitting there like we are seeing the continued degradation of our favorite heroes. Not only that, the cartoon heroes we watched as a kid that got us into comics. I love the Justice League. I think Jon Stewart's a great Lantern because he was my first Lantern. Sure, I was reading. I didn't get into Kyle. I like Kyle Rayner. I like the comic book artist aspect of him, but he's a little emo. But it was the '90s, so. But Jon Stewart's amazing, and in this, I'm just like. He's why like they're it's like they're intentionally trying to destroy heroes and everything that they have done. And I have a crazy tin hat conspiracy theory on it. It's true. They are actually trying to destroy anything that came before 20 years ago, because 20 years ago is when all these properties started being acquired. Star Wars, everything. And slowly but surely, how many times have we seen our heroes destroyed, kicked down, done no justice, and we just check out on the franchise and keep reading the old stuff because we don't want any of the new stuff. But who is reading the new stuff? Not enough people, and people who are reading the new stuff are only reading stuff from 20 years ago. They're only reading the Disney stuff, that stuff. So they're literally trying to destroy what came before. One more, Born Again?
Yeah, Born Again. That's what I'm reading right now.
So they're literally trying to use the names, but destroy what it was and have theirs be the only canon anyone understands anymore. Yeah. And this is happening more. And look at Spider-Man stories. All of them, nothing using more Ultimate Universe than the original, original runs of things. Going back more and more. It's only in the past 26 years is what they're using for comics. They're not using anything before the year 2000, really, except for names to try to get us older crowd of real fans into it.
Yeah.
And it is a systematic thing. They're doing it with Superman. They're doing it with Supergirl. They're doing it with all of this shit.
It's all just tanking. There is still good stuff, both movies and comics, but most of it is just not good.
No, and like Deadpool Wolverine made a lot of money, which is great.
Oh yeah.
You can't deny Deadpool's an attention grabber. I think Deadpool was good when he started, but it hit the point with me. The point of Marvel and reading comics is to escape, to get into them, to remove myself from the real world. When you start breaking the fourth wall and you give him his mutant power as he realizes he's is a comic book character, it really removes a lot of that disbelief for me and completely makes me check out. Is he absolutely hilarious? Yes, I can't deny this. The Merc with a Mouth is fucking hilarious, and Ryan Reynolds was born to play him. But he's not my favorite all time. Never will be.
Yeah, I get it.
And it is not. I will never. Out of all the characters, I will never knock anybody for liking Deadpool because you can't not like it, unless you're me and I'm a grumpy old man. Dude, I'm gonna be 43 next month, man. Seriously, 43. Feeling it, man. Just feeling it lately, and I can't. I don't want to watch the trailer again for Lanterns. I've been getting hit with it everywhere I go, and every time I see snippets of it, it just makes my soul hurt, little by little by little by little. Well, I'm honestly hoping, beyond hope, and praying to the good Lord above that James Gunn gets fired after Paramount finally starts taking over.
It's not.
Well, we're going to find out when Supergirl comes out, because I doubt they're going to keep him the fuck around if Supergirl and the other stuff just fails. And I don't want him fired. I want him thrown out of the front door like a fucking frisbee. Just go! And just planting on the ground and hitting the ground. You know, when you wipe down on your bike and got the rash on the face and just peel some skin off? Yeah, just like that. And then, you pitch his shitty scripts out of these, take these with you, talent hack, and then just get him out.
It's not looking good for him.
I honestly, I don't know. Is he gone or is he near? James Gunn employment status is queer. but it's just Campia says he's staying. I think Campia's an idiot. The only one I listen to with any real weight is the Nerd Father, Nerderotic. And because he knows his shit and he's right more often than he is wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
And we got some leaks on the Avengers thing, and I heard them not once but twice. And if these leaks are true, it is truly soul killing. They are going they're trying to soft reboot it, and they're going to end up doing something. And this if these leaks are true, this proves more and more of the facts that I have stated, that they are trying to delete anything before their purchase of these IPs. So we're going to read this because this is out of comicbookmovie.com. And now this could be cobbled together by, a bunch of shit. This could be just a lot of stuff, but this is one of those things where it's really, really bad. So yes, the Avengers Doomsday plot has fully leaked online with reshoots planned. So we have to take these with a minor grain of salt but if these are true, these are some of the stupidest decisions ever. They start by killing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
It's going to be in his universe.
It's going to be in universe. So what does that do? They are literally deleting everything that came before. All the old stuff that people have nostalgia with, everything like that is slowly but surely getting removed. And this will be the new foundation for stuff after people like me is gone, after the fighters are gone, after we have been buried in the ground. We're talking, this isn't a short-term plan. This is a long-term plan to destroy what came before and have their things be the only canon. Comic books, physical copies are dying. Collections aren't going to be what they are anymore. And the truest hardcore comic book fans aren't going to check out on this. Unfortunately, the current generation is a bunch of paste-eating fuckwits who don't know the difference between their asshole and their elbow. So they're not going to get into any of this crap. They're actually stupider than the generation before because they invested in all these laptops and have no clue how to use the Dewey Decimal System. Yeah. 20-year-olds, man. I ran into one at call. I want to slap him upside the head and tell him, move the fuck out of my way. This isn't a conversation stop. There apparently Doomsday is going around stealing kids because Steve, threw everything off when he went back in time. And, just all this shit. I'm like, I promise, I can't even continue to read the final battle. And he's going to turn into the Beyonder and everything like that and have a battle world and shit. And I'm just like, if you kill off Toby in the first 10 minutes, in the first part of your movie, your fans are going to walk. They will check out from this film. People have been wanting another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, something older maybe with Mayday, but they're never going to do that. Why? Because they don't want him. They have to because they know he brings money, but they do not want him in the movie. They don't even want to pretend that the Fox movies exist.
Mm-hmm.
They just want their shit. They don't care about anything else. Their stories are all that matter. It's been proven more and more with Star Wars. It's been proven more with Marvel. It's been proven more and more with everything that has been going on lately. Is they are literally trying to bury everything that came before the year 2000 until these big corporations took over everything. And they hate people like YouTubers like Your Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and everything like that because they're the fans. They're the ones that are shouting out, hey, they're doing this. They're not telling the stories. They're using the names and writing their own stories behind it. They're not telling the stories that you know. You want to read good. But once we're gone, once people like Nerdrotic are gone and everything like that, this will all fade. But they hate the fact that we're sitting here yelling about it. We're doing something about it. We're using the only thing we can do. We are speaking about it. We are speaking out against it. And we are just giving our opinions. They can't sue us for that. They can try. But it's getting to the point where people like this are starting to cost them money. Big time.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just reaching the point. Yeah, I know. I take my glasses off. I've had them on all day. Oh God, that feels great. I got like smooth parts on the part of my fucking nose. I can't read without my glasses, but instead of having to take them on and off all the time, I literally have the old man cord around them. Just embracing that geriatric age, man. But, and don't get me wrong, there are some comics out there that are good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Invincible is doing really well. That's partly because of the show, but it did 150 issue run doesn't stick around for 150 issues if it's shit. With so many spin-offs in the process. But it's just reached the point where they're literally just trying to erase it and set a new foundation. Because, you know, it's not Marvel, and it's Disney's Marvel. And it's all this stuff. And they are just trying to continuously destroy everything that came before. That's what they do. And that's the only goal of a corporation, is to make it their own. Look what Netflix, that's why I was so terrified about the fucking Netflix thing. You think the thing I want to see is an edited Casablanca with the Nazis cut out of it and a fucking brought to you by Netflix? One of the greatest films ever made, Casablanca, brought to you by Netflix. It was 100 years old. It didn't exist before. It existed before you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not super thrilled that Paramount got it. The whole company should have been parted up piecemeal. Because what the fuck's going to happen to DC? They own DC Comics. They own the film rights to Hogwarts, Harry Potter. Luckily, I think we're still since we got a couple years, we still have time, and I think we're going to get Hogwarts Legacy 2, which is the only real important part about that shit. Have you played Hogwarts Legacy?
A little bit. I've seen my wife play it.
It is one of the few games I will be like, I want this game. This is good game.
I need to play it for sure.
It has 4 playthroughs at 40 hours each.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the different houses are actually good. You can distinguishing between different houses. The common rooms is absolutely fucking awesome. I like the Hufflepuff one the best.
No.
I'm not a Hufflepuff. I'm a Slytherin, but I like the ambiance and the feel of the Hufflepuff common room. It is literally right next to the kitchens.
Yeah.
And you go through a giant cask to get in. And inside, it's literally like the most chill, homey place ever. And if you are outside, you can see the windows that are on the top of the common room because it's it has grass over the top of it and everything. It is absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. Still one of my favorite playthroughs I have ever done was that Hufflepuff playthrough. Just because you get to go to Azkaban through the Hufflepuff playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
Like each one has a different, like the main quest stays the same, but the introduction to the main quest shifts based on what house you choose. It's so good. I might need to do a replay. But back to comics. Lanterns and everything is just, this is just the beginning of them completely asserting, because what they're playing the long game. That's all they are doing is playing the long game. We will sit here, and that's why I said Neurotic has said it best. We are here documenting the downfall and destruction of our favorite IPs, and nothing has ever convinced me otherwise than that line right there. Because we can love them, and we will love them till the day we are in the ground. But we're never going to get the stories properly adapted from comics that we love, because they don't want to do that. They want to do their own shit, but they need to use the names for now until we are gone, which is another like 40 years, maybe 50. My family doesn't get the luxury of an early death. I'm not kidding you. My dad stopped taking care of himself and died at 67. My grandfather lived till 94 and was exposed to Agent Orange. So I don't think I'm going to be that lucky to go into the ground at a relatively reasonable age. My great-grandmother was 97, too. She was 97 when she went. She was in rough shape by the end, though. But it's, yeah, man, it is absolutely. And let's, okay, so we got another one here. I can't. Good day, Rainer coming in. Rainer, good day, Brimstone Ginger Wolverine. Good day, Rainer. How are you, buddy? I hope you are having a good day. I know Jeremy's streaming over me with a Cobra Cast and Mike's live and everything, but unfortunately, Ginger Wolverine was only available today, and the short box is going to be all around the place till he gets a little bit more stable work schedule. It will, as soon as I get his schedule, I schedule the stream up, and it will always be shared out across social media and the Discord links. So we got Joe Quesada actually posted about his worst day at Marvel ever. And he's just caused some real backlash over the years. He is the one that wrote the One More Day storyline for Spider-Man. And this is why I'm not allowed near him at the con, because they will pick 6 big guys, will throw me out of the con physically, because I'll call him a fucking idiot. What the hell is wrong with you? Which is the same reason I don't go to BlizzCon. I'll get thrown out for asking live credit. Jeremy streams over his own streams. He does. He absolutely does. So my worst day at Marvel, and so he did this, a Joe Q tour. So he's got some stuff, coming up. He's going to be at MegaCon in Orlando. I'm not saying hi to him. I think he has done, because he was going through divorce. He wrote it through. And I'm just like, most of the responses in this are not very friendly. 1 minute, let me pull this up. Like, you got some stuff from the normal, Marvel simp and shit like that. But, it's like your time at Marvel EIC was a disaster. One More Day has gone down as the worst Spider-Man story of all time. A classic example of someone's failure upwards. Thank you for the creation of myself and many other independent comic creators that has used this as fuel to make something that both respects and readers honor the characters. Thank you for showing us what not to do and how to handle mistakes. Thank you for ruining fandom. This One More Day story did something that you didn't think you could do. You divided the Spider-Man fan base. Spider-Man fans have always quibbled and gone back and forth, and most importantly, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Will forever be, even if they give him a moniker. Yeah, Rainer, I checked out on Marvel. There are some good Marvel runs. I am really enjoying this Punisher, Daredevil, Devil Trigger is really good. The 2 new Punisher runs are solid. Like Punisher back to being Punisher. No mercy bullets, just Frank being Frank. And it is great. So if you haven't checked those out, seriously, check them out. Oh, and I recommend it to everybody. Check out Battle Beast. I cannot pimp that book hard enough. But this guy is single-handedly responsible for destroying one of the greatest relationships in Spider-Man in Marvel, because his relationship was ending. His marriage was on the rocks. So he decided to write it into Spider-Man. And worse, this is not just on him. This is on the fucking editors. He is being the Punisher again, Rainer. He is being the Punisher again. He is back to blood, guts, Kingpin's there. It is fucking great. And it's so violent. It comes in a plastic bag. So you can't slip through it.
There's 2 runs in Marvel that you...
There's What World May Come, and there's the Red Band. Punisher Red Band is the one that comes in the plastic bag. If you want Violent Punisher, that's the one you go to.
Yeah.
Like, Punisher, the new Punisher runs are really good, and check out Punisher Devil Trigger. It will not let you... Even the Soska sisters recommended Devil Trigger. So definitely check it out, man. Like, once I get back from MegaCon, I have comic videos coming out the wazoo. Like, runs are finished. I'm going to review the run and everything. Like, I got so much content coming, but I just couldn't afford to buy the comics going to a convention. Like, my comic shop loves me because I know I'll walk in there with cash and pay for it all. So, yeah, definitely worth the run, dude. Definitely worth the time to track them down. But Joe Quesada, he is it just look, you made Spider-Man sell his marriage to the fucking devil, you asshat.
Oh
Like this whole post is him getting destroyed. Ratio 300, he's getting annihilated. And I can't blame him. Once you read the Spider-Man comic prior to One More Day, you'll never want to stop beating Joe Quesada to death with your bare hands. I don't agree with the violence, but I get the point.
Yeah.
Like it's just reaching the point where he is responsible for the downfall and the unpopularity of one of the greatest characters in history, one of the greatest written characters, right up there with Odysseus and everything, is Spider-Man, Peter Parker, because Peter Parker is Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
I've said it before. I feel really bad for the kids that are new to comic books nowadays, because like they got Absolute Batman, they got the Joe Quesada Spider-Man run, they got who wrote the Superman run or Supergirl run recently, like the last
Tom King.
Yeah, they got Tom King. They got all sorts of stuff that's just absolutely terrible, but they read it, the kids read this stuff and they go, "Oh, this is really good." I'm like,
no.
You have not read good stuff. You don't know what you're talking about.
And like at least a lot of this stuff is also still coming out in omnibuses, and new omnibus prints and everything like that are still in the works, which is good because that means they can travel backwards. But in terms of new issues off the rack comics, it's just not there.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of kids nowadays, they don't even like to read the old stuff anyways. So
no, they think it's too slow and too boring, and they have to think, which requires effort, which they don't want to do unless they can doom scroll through it. Hence, Superman by Superman presents James Gunn. That whole movie is TikTok slop. It is designed to create shorts and then move along to the next thing. They have impact, but it doesn't stick long enough to keep the impact. The acting is good. The right acting is there. Rachel Brosnahan, David Cornsweet, great actors. I think Cornsweet looks the part. It's just really bad writing. And, everybody can say you're a Snyder bro. No, I think Snyder did even more damage. Because Henry Cavill is the living embodiment of a physical Superman. There's no way around it. He looks it. He is a physical embodiment of Kal-El from Krypton.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. He had really bad writing, really disconnect. And I don't want to know who the fuck thought it was a good idea to give Snyder, a guy who said comic books don't have enough blood and boobs in them, a fucking Superman story. Whoever did that was clearly sniffing pain.
Yeah. The only good thing that came out of the Superman movie was Mr. Terrific. That was about it. That was literally it.
Short attention spans, they're lucky if they can finish pissing before they get up off the pot.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, little Wolverine.
He had to come in and say hi.
Oh, you got to say hi.
What people need to read, what kids need to read is... Oh, I think it's in the other room.
The older. So there are some stories that I have. I will collect anything Spider-Man most of the time, save for anything past. But my friend did give me the first 6 issues of Sinister Spider-Man. I haven't cracked them open yet. And it's not that I don't want to. It's just I don't want to cross that line.
This is what kids need to start on, is all this dialogue with Chris Claremont. This is the good stuff.
Claremont is great. I need to get... So I bought a copy of... found it at the local comic shop. It's a 1987 trade paperback of the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah.
And I was really excited. The glue is so old in the back of it. I got halfway through it and the glue cracked and pages started falling out. So no, I did what I did best. I put it in a big sealed plastic bag and tossed it in the bottom of a book in one of my bins. And it has sat there ever since and hasn't gotten moved. Physical media. Oh yeah. It's almost here. I set aside $40 a month to go to yard sales and go to yard sales and flea markets and walk around and buy DVDs and Blu-rays and anything I can find, 50 cents to $1. Just get all my favorite movies. If I really want to, I'll crack open the wallet and get them off of freaking, Amazon or something like that. Or I found Thrift Books has a fantastic selection of Blu-rays. But always go with physical media. Always keep that shit because they can't change physical media. Like it just came up. The new Pokemon game came. Like they re-released Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, it's $20. This cartridge is $120, and the game console is another $100. So that's $120 for just to play one game. And I'm like, yeah, that's your game. Nintendo can't just cancel your license for it. They can try to break into your house, and I highly recommend you 2A them if they try that shit. But that is your property, and they cannot take it away from you. You are leasing digital media. They have a right to cancel it at any time, and there is nothing they can do about it because they already have your money. Buy physical. Always buy physical. One of the things I'm actually on the hunt for at MegaCon is two Transformers games for the PS3. Transformers Rise War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. These games are probably about $70 each. They're amazing. They're a third-person shooter that literally take place on Cybertron during the war before the Autobots left. And then, it goes into the war for the Darkspark. I'm going to leave that one alone. But they're so good. And, like, they're not on any streaming platform, or they were on Xbox Game Pass for a while, but they scrapped it. But there's something I'm looking for at MegaCon if I can find them for a reasonable price. Rainer's like, I got about 25 giant-sized comic posters. The newest one is a Green Lantern Sinestro Corps from well over 10 years ago. I just stopped collecting. Rainer, I don't know if you were here in the beginning of the video. I just finished my Denny O'Neil run of The Question from the 80s. I just got the last 2 books for it. I have a full run of it, including the issue number 37, which was the Blackest Night issue, which Vic came back from the dead to deal with, came back from the dead during that arc. And it was written by Denny O'Neil. And I also have my oldest comic is from 1972 because I have almost a full complete run of the 72 Demon. Now that I'm complete with The Question, I start collecting Jonah Hex. Because I don't like mainstream heroes. I like my low-key heroes. I like my Demon Etrigan the Demon. I like my Jonah Hex. I like my Questions. I like the low-key heroes from DC. But I just stopped. Go back. Oh, dude, I wish I had posters. I got a lithograph from John Romita Jr. of Spider-Man in his Rogues Gallery up on my wall. That's going to, once I move, that's going to actually be in the background along with a lot of other shit. I'm going to set up a proper nerd setup, not just my living room with my dog sleeping in the corner. Yeah. Not a lot of people know this, but Vic Sage came back from the dead during the Blackest Night, and it was a single issue that he came back in. And Montoya, it says he passed on his stuff to Renee Montoya. She took over, and I'm not a Montoya question guy. I'm a Vic Sage question guy, man. Love it. Like, if I could find more question shit, I would, but you can't find that stuff anywhere. He's just not popular. Something I am very, very grateful for. Somebody posted yesterday, it was Valiant Renegade posted yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. Valiant Renegade posted this on X yesterday, and I responded. And Valiant Renegade said, if only DC had street-level characters that would actually fit true detective story style. And he's 100% right. The Huntress and The Question working together would be fantastic. That would make a great TV show. And I immediately said, no. Keep them away from them.
Okay.
I don't want any of the current writing team to do anything near this shit. I don't want them near any of my favorite heroes. Why? Because they're going to end up destroying them for anybody else to want to get into them. So see, like I said, no, let them keep the question alone. Let them keep destroying their AT heroes, A tier heroes. I don't want to see the question destroyed by modern bullshit. Not Vic. He's amazing, but conspiracy dude out there agreed. Just it's just seriously view activity. Yeah, screw you. But no, so let's see. Rainer, what is it? Rainer, Hale and I always wanted to know about Blackness. Are they ghetto bird? Is there a ghetto bird? There is I'm pretty sure there's an omnibus out there if you look for it. It's an okay run. Fire James Gunn, Michael Moose. Absolutely. Fire James Gunn. Got to fire the gun. And gun fires blanks anyway. So this was brilliant writing. I've never had a more imagining pair as they had to work together. Yeah, the Huntresses, that one episode of Justice League Unlimited was phenomenal. That's like street level hero shit.
I love that stuff. Yeah.
And we really need more stuff like that. We will never have as good a cartoons and any sort. This was the last great era of comic TV shows.
Legion of Superheroes. I really like that one though.
The Young Justice started off really good.
Yeah.
And then really it got canceled and then they brought it back and it cratered.
It was good.
It was really good. It was really good. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, they killed off Kid Flash." And I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot. You can't kill a speedster." There is always they built in that the only good character loophole they had was Barry Allen, when he literally ran on the cosmic treadmill so fast he rewound time and literally went back in time and was his own lightning bolt. That is good character completion.
Yeah,
but we're never going to see that anymore. Young Justice started off with a bang. It didn't sell toys, so they canceled it. We're not in the action figure era anymore. The action figure era went out when I hit 30. There were no more people buying action figures outside of collectors. Kids don't really get into them. Kids are more into Legos, but those are really expensive now.
The best thing out of Young Justice, in my opinion, was Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson was great. I actually liked the Connor Megan dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I forgot about Connor, yeah.
The Connor dynamic and the whole thing of Superman trying to accept that he's a father figure now, and he it must have been so. I actually really feel bad for Supes in that one, man. That was a real winger that he got hit with. It was also mature, not for kids. Exactly. So in the late 80s and early 90s, you could do rated R movies with action figures. But we're out of that era. They keep trying to do stuff for an era that doesn't exist anymore. We had Terminator toys, we had Alien toys, we had Rambo toys, we had all this toys from rated R movies that we would play with. But that was different era.
Yeah. Yeah, remember Secret Wars, that was specifically made just for the action figures. Specifically
Secret Wars, the Secret Wars comic run was actually made just to sell action figures, and it ended up being one of the most spectacular Marvel runs ever. And introduced so I was watching something on comic collection acquisition of collections and everything like that. When you buy big collections, stuff like that, and they're a collector, a comic shop, or whoever, a reseller will always take the black costume Secret Wars issue because they can flip it. That book is sought after. People will go for it. You can buy it for $100 and flip it for $350.
It's a big story too.
It's an 8-issue story. And you think that's big? The Infinity Saga is big. You got the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Wars. They're 8 issues each. They're really long. And then let's not get into Yaira and Isom and all that shit. We're just getting started with those.
Yeah.
But no, personally, if I could have any team up for a DC and Marvel book, believe it or not, it would be The Question working with Harvey Bullock.
Okay.
I can't explain why, but I'm for some reason, I know that would be great. That would work so well.
Oh, yeah.
Connor and McGann making out while sparring, and the Justice League found out while she was shapeshifted as Canary. That was a good one. So yeah, but back to the thing. Joe Quesada just know what people are pissed at him, rightfully so. Oh, let's see here. We also on the thing of Joe Quesada, this came across my X feed, which I thought was pretty funny. Marvel Canon's most hated changes that fans that hated. Spider-Man, one more day. Number 1. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver aren't mutants. Kamala Khan is a mutant. She was supposed to be an Inhuman before.
That was stupid. That was a really stupid change. Sins
of the Past, Norman Osborn, Gwen Stacy. You familiar with that?
I know.
Gwen Stacy was actually having an affair with Norman Osborn and ended up having his twins.
Yeah.
Franklin Richards was never a mutant, which makes zero sense to me because all mutates are mutants are born. Mutates, they all still have the dormant. Every human has a dormant X gene. You just gotta put it out. So exposure to cosmic rays triggered their X gene. It would make sense that he would have an awakened X gene and would be a mutant.
Yeah.
Tony Stark was always a villain. Believe it or not, I could actually see that. Tony Stark has always been kind of self-centered and arrogant, except for in the MCU. And by the way, say what you want about it, I absolutely love the combination of him and White Queen. That is freaking fire. I won't read it, but I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Nightcrawler's parentage. I don't know what they changed, and I don't want to know. Mystique. He is the son of Azazel and Mystique. That's all I will ever want to know. That's all he will ever be.
No, I don't want to know.
But the Tony Stark as a villain, absolutely, because he and Doom are this far apart.
I think the one out of all those, the one that gives me the biggest eye roll, I don't know why, but is the Miss Marvel one. It was just
Kamala. I thought her being you know why the reason they did it was because she wasn't selling books, so they had to bootstrap her to another comic, like they do Miles Morales.
That's such a stupid take. That's bad writing in general. Like it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
They just made it worse for themselves by doing that.
Absolutely. ND Andrew, the Doku man himself, actually posted here. He said accurate to all of the above. Oh, and you missed one, the Hail Hydra Captain America. Believe it or not, I own this comic.
No, in Secret Empire, right?
That's in Secret Empire. Yes, absolutely. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Weren't they trying to push Beast was Nightcrawler's father? I honestly have no clue. The only parentage I have ever known about for Nightcrawler was Azazel and Mystique, which is why he's blue instead of red, and he looks like a demon because his father is a demon mutant or something like that. But the Hail Hydra, yeah, absolutely. Didn't like that one. Captain America, Hail Hydra on that list. The Avengers 200, Iceman being mind raped to be gay by Jean Grey. That's a new one to me. One more day, Joe Quesada for life. Being called Mephisto Quesada ever since. I like that. That's getting a retweet. Oh, just so much stuff, and you know, they're like, oh, Twitter's toxic and stuff like that. Why? Because people are upset and passionate. Henry Cavill put it the best: is fans aren't yelling at you because they don't care. They're yelling at you because they do care. They're passionate about this stuff. It's what they love. It's what they enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's why they're getting so upset about it, is because they are passionate and they do enjoy this stuff.
Yeah.
So what else do we got today? Oh, we got a new one. New spider. Like I saw this and almost wanted to bang my head against the wall. So as everybody knows, well, if you haven't heard yet, In the latest incarnation of Spider-Man, post One More Day, Mary Jane Watson is actually the current host for the Venom symbiote. She has left Paul, her husband, with their 2 kids, which is not even going to begin to dive into the fucked upness of that one. But they have a new panel from the actual book, and I thought I would love to get your reaction.
They need to end this run.
The Amazing Spider-Man, stop calling us Eddie. He actually just found out, apparently he might have just found out MJ was freaking Venom and puked in his Spider-Man mask. Peter Parker's never going to recover from this moment. Yeah, they're like, okay, so unless they retcon One More Day, I don't care what they do, Peter should never take Mary Jane back at this point. She has gone from like a great woman to severely damaged. She walked out on her boyfriend and 2 kids to fucking, because she just wasn't feeling it anymore.
So such bad, it's not good writing. That is so terrible. That's a terrible, for her to even be Venom in the first place was a bad idea.
Hell, even Martin criticized it.
I'm not a fan of like a character being like a girlfriend of a superhero, being a like for years, being a girlfriend of a superhero for years, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're superheroes like Jane Foster. That was the dumbest move ever.
I thought the idea of it was really cool, and the execution of it was something that shouldn't have bled into comic books, and that was cancer.
Well, she named herself after her boyfriend.
Yeah, Mighty Thor. That was dumb.
Why
Thor, like I have said it before, Thor it's powers. So no, I actually went into somebody. I'm like, nope, Captain America's Thor now. You had the hammer, he's Thor. And I'm like, no, he is. No, he's not. He had the hammer's enchantment reads. He holds, whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, may possess the power of Thor. The power of Thor, not the name of Thor, not anything like that. Thor, Odin's son, is a person.
See, and I think they should have skipped the whole Jane Foster's Thor thing and go straight into her being Valkyrie. I would have loved that.
Oh, that would have been great. And what really got me is if you're gonna do something with like that with Jane Foster, don't have her dying of fucking cancer.
Yeah.
Seriously. That hits home for a lot of people, and every time she picked up Mjolnir and used the powers, it undid all of her chemo, so she was killing herself every time she used the camera. Real life like that, while it's nice, stuff like that should not bleed into a comic book, especially with the big C.
Yeah. See, and again, I don't have I have a problem. Okay, I don't have a problem with superhero girlfriends becoming heroes. What I have a problem with is the constant, like, every single girlfriend has to have superpowers now. Like, that's my problem. It's like, why it's lazy. It's lazy.
It's lazy writing. It's just bad. And it's like at this point, it wasn't bad early days. Now it's just milked into the ground and overdone so hard that it just doesn't matter. Like, oh, look, it's not a twist anymore. It's not, oh, cool, what a cool plot hook. It's really like, oh, cool, she has powers. I don't care. The impact isn't there anymore.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't they used Mary Jane several times to be like a couple different heroes?
I don't know. I know that her and Peter had a rocky point at one point. But, they always got back together because they were meant to be together.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. And Peter would never, like, Aunt May has died and come back so many times. Peter can go on without Aunt May.
Yeah.
She used to be staple, but she isn't. You could have gave her a good send-out. But you had him trade his marriage to Mary Jane to save his elderly aunt. And I get it. That's his aunt. She raised him. Yeah. But at the same time, Peter would never make that choice to bring back Aunt May. Aunt May would never want him to give up his marriage and his happiness for her. I've lived a long life, Peter. You gotta let me go. And that would have been the conversation is I've lived a long life, you gotta let me go.
Yeah.
And plus, he would have went to Doc Strange and done something talking with her ghost to figure out what Aunt May would have wanted.
Yeah. Well, how old is Aunt May? Like a couple 100 years old?
Aunt May was in her 70s.
Okay. I feel like she should be older,
but no. But it's just the continued degradation of our heroes and our favorite things is something we're not going to see. We're not going to stop seeing. We will continue to see it little by little. Right when you think you're like, oh, they can't get any worse. Wrong. They will always find a way to make it worse. They will always find a way to drag it down even more, even if they got to stomp it into the ground and run it through the mud.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen more and more as we get older. And now I expected this to happen at some point. I was just hoping it was closer to when I was like 65 or 70 before I saw the complete and utter destruction of my favorite characters. But unfortunately, now I am scrambling to collect old comic books and everything like that. So I have something to read because all this stuff, I have a lot of physical media. But there is no lucky son of a bitch this week. So for those who don't know, I do like to go over the Reddit comic book forum and see those lucky people who find things for ridiculously cheap prices. Like, remember that week we went over, he found the big 3 of the Fantastic Four for like $250.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one lucky son of a bitch. Unfortunately, we haven't seen anything like that lately. It is not. We're still in the middle of winter. There's not a lot of people selling stuff. Next few months, we should start seeing more of that. But lucky son of a bitch is coming out soon. What I would like to go over today is what we could have gotten. And the 2 things that I have are really great. First, we're going to start out with something about Guillermo del Toro. This is an old article that I found over the last few weeks. I've known about this for a long time, and I was going to do a video about it, but I figured I'd share it live with you all here. Guillermo del Toro would have done a Justice League Dark film. This could not be better matchup ever. This would have had the del Toro visual style and creature workshop in full swing behind it, as well as his amazing writing and talent that he brings. Why didn't we get this? Well, apparently he wanted to go work on The Shape of Water, and he's like, I have to work on this movie, but I will get to this afterwards. And they just scrapped the whole idea and turned it into a cartoon, which was not bad, but it's not what we should have gotten. We were going to get them all. We were going to get Constantine, Boston Brand, Zatanna, and no Batman. No Batman. It would have been Constantine, John Katana. The Florinic Man was one of the villains, and he was really good because Swamp Thing would have been very fleshed out. There was Batman. Batman would have come in briefly and, set everything up, but we would have gotten an absolutely phenomenal film out of this. This would have been amazing. And we didn't get it because they didn't want to wait. It could have been perfect. Guillermo del Toro is a visionary director. We were supposed to get them all. And the fact that we didn't get this is truly a crime. The only other people I would want to tackle this are the Soska sisters, because they would bring it up to that R-rated level needed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, could you see them doing a full possession scene with Boston Brand?
Yeah.
How they would fucking slay that.
That would have been amazing.
I would love to see Deadman in live act. Dude, Deadman is so underrated. He's like Quantum Leap before Quantum Leap.
We'll see how James Gunn ruins him.
He's not going anywhere near him. He's not popular enough to bring people in. Something I'm very grateful for.
I mean, they brought in who was that guy that in Superman with the elements guy? I forget his name.
Metamorpho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought him in.
Yeah, they brought him in, but dead man's dead. Dead man possesses human beings to talk to people. So this is the other thing. If you're not familiar, they did have a TV series called Constantine. Had pretty decent. It was actually very, very good. If it wasn't on a broadcast network and on something like an FX or an HBO, it would have done a lot better because Constantine could have chain smoked. Constantine could have been Constantine. And they did their best to adapt him to the TV show. He had the Swarly. He even looks it. Come on. Matt Ryan is Constantine.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to get a second season, and they had plans. Because the first episode of the first season had one of the best fucking scenes ever. Like in the house, you know, the girl walks up and picks up the helmet, and the helmet of fate. John has the helmet of fate in this series. And he looks over at the girl. He's like, you got to put that down before it puts you down. And I was like, oh, Dr. Fate. And I was so excited because she's going to put it on. Put on the fucking helmet. Put on the fucking helmet. But she did it. And I'm like, okay, maybe we'll do it next season, but we need to get it next season. But they were planning on writing. They were planning on more. Dr. Fate. They had Spectre. They were planning on introducing Spectre, Phantom, Dr. Fate, the Spectre, Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Fucking the Demon. And NBC canceled it.
Nice.
They were just getting started.
Nice.
Papa Midnight would have become a regular. And the actor they got to play Papa Midnight in that was really good. Let's see here. What else do we got? Let's see. What's this one say? I haven't actually read it. Should we continue the show, or if we got a season 2, where would you? Like, this was all of them trying to get Twitter traction. Unfortunately, they were a bit behind the curve. They could probably do it now, but they wouldn't listen. But we were supposed to get freaking that lineup of character introduction. Phantom Stranger, the Demon, a version of Dr. Fate. This would have been freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Instead, we got another good canceled TV series that wasn't given a chance. Because they didn't invest in advertising or the time for it. And that was, by the way, that was my last straw. Like, I never missed an episode of Constantine. I had broadcast television at the time. And I find that was my breaking point. I'm like, if you're not going to invest in the shows I want to watch, why the fuck do I keep giving you money for this TV shows when I can get them by alternative means? There's no point. I'm just tired, man. My soul is tired. I'm just tired of this continued tearing down of my favorite shit. The shit that I enjoy the most. I have to sit there and you give time slots to retarded shit like Survivor that's been on since 2000 something, but you can't give a time slot and a show a chance. All my favorite shows end up getting canceled.
Yeah.
So what's the point of me investing in more into their shit? And worse is when they come out on DVD, the music is edited because of copyright reasons. There's a great scene where there's it's a record that has the voice of the devil on it, the first Fallen. And it was like it was recorded during a blues musicians. The devil came up to retrieve him. And it recorded the devil's voice, and it was mystic. It was cold to the touch and everything like that. And John had to recover it. Papa Midnight was after it too. So he went in, he got into it, and there were like some guys who were being possessed by the record because it's not meant to be heard by anybody. It's the voice of the devil. You don't do that. You know, it's very bad mojo. And they were about to play the record. They played the record at a college radio station. And all of a sudden, he looks at Chaz, his friend, and goes, "You got him?" Yeah. He takes out an iPod, pops it in his ears. "Give me some juice, Johnny." And then you hear Anarchy in the UK playing through his fucking headphones as he's sprinting through rioting crowds trying to get to the record. And I'm like, that's awesome. And they took the Anarchy in the UK out of the DVD version. You can only get it on the TV version.
Oh.
And it completely kills the scene. It completely removes the energy buildup and everything that you need to get excited for what's coming. Such a good scene. It's a really, really good show. Like, it's got to be streaming somewhere. Let's check Critic List. Crap, I signed out. Yeah, screw you. Yeah. Where can we see this thing? Apparently, is it really on Prime Video? Oh no, it's the first episode's free. The first episode's actually really good. Yeah, it looks like it's just on Prime Video. I wish. Oh, is it on Roku? Really? Like they got some pretty decent actors and actresses for that show. But yeah, it's pretty good. Oh no, it's apparently only on Prime. It's not streaming anywhere. It used to be streaming everywhere. Now not so much. Probably something to do with the HBO shit.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, no, it is absolutely fantastic show. Even if it is canceled and it leaves off on a cliffhanger, it's good. It's just good TV. And if you're really into it, the first season of Good Omens is pretty good as well.
Oh yeah.
The first season, the second season was shit. Like, I love David Tennant and Michael Sheen as Crowley and Aziraphale. I absolutely thought they were amazing. And then I saw the second season. I'm like, this is stupid. This took two best friends on opposite sides of the spectrum doing the right thing into a gay romance.
Yeah.
And that's when I completely checked out because that was never the vibe. But Gaiman wrote it. Gaiman partially wrote it. If you've ever actually read it, it was so heavily influenced by Terry Pratchett with the writing that you don't see a lot of Neil Gaiman in there. You see some of him, but you see far more Terry Pratchett than you do Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the second season, but the first season was great. The first season of yeah, I didn't watch the second season, but the first season was great. All right, so we do have some Rippaverse news. Rippaverse has kicked shit into overdrive, and I'm not talking a little bit. I'm talking Eric July has hit the fucking gas. Eric July has said it's time. Let's do some business on bacon paper. So we have so many comics coming out. We got Sarah. I can't pronounce that. Can you pronounce that for me?
Saoirse.
Savage, Lethal Force. I have been waiting for this one because I get very good noir vibes off of it.
I want them to do a black and white edition, but I don't think they're going to.
Alpha Core 3, a bridge book between Yaira 3 and 4. Yaira Frost and Ruin, Horseman 3, and Detention Crew. This Hellbound the Hellbound Stagecoach. I want this book.
I want that one so bad.
It has werewolves in it. I want this book. Yeah. And of course, Bloodroot 3. Now, some of these pre-orders are a little different. You get a card for pre-ordering them, and literally they ship fast. There's no CGC grading, which was what was holding them. Which is, I don't know for sure, but I think it was a CGC grading that was holding up for such a long time because CGC takes forever to get back with the books. But now that they're not doing the grading, they are coming fast. The only book you can get CGC graded here is Yaira, Bloodroot 3, the Bloodroot number 3. And keep an eye on your mailboxes and emails because Yaira 1 and Yaira, Blood Ruth 2 will be shipping soon, supposedly along with the Curse and the Black Eyed Club and Detention Crew and just a large slew of books by the Soskas. So absolutely check them out. Oh, and use Drunk 3PO at checkout for a discount code and help Jay out. He's a great dude. But I will be ordering all of these books once I get back from the con. I actually spaced out on when I had to buy them. I can only do 2 a month. I'm not worried about the cards. It's nice. I think it's great. But I really just want the comics in my hand.
Yeah, same.
Some of these will ship a little later, but the cutoff dates for these are clearly posted on there. Absolutely worth getting these books. I've been waiting for Salvage for a long time. I love that noir style stuff. And Eric July, while I haven't read I Saw Him, I really liked his down street level story out of Saints and Sinners. He really did a good job with that story. So I cannot wait for this to out and get a hold of that. All of these also will be, once after they're ordered, they will be reviewed and they come in. They will be reviewed on my channel, as all Rippaverse books are every time I get one in. I'll read it and do a bam. Like 10 minutes later, I'm literally recording a review. And it will be up probably the next day. So absolutely, they will be on the way. But if you see anything you like here, absolutely check it out. Rippaverse has something for everybody, be it a cosmic level hero or a low-key level street hero. Rippaverse runs the gamut, and you will find a hero that you like. If you just want good comics, check it out.
Yep.
But that Horseman 3 is going to fucking slap. I haven't read 2 yet.
Horseman 2? Yeah, oh yeah.
I haven't gotten it in. I bundled it with Blue Swift, and I'm not going to be bundling my comics together anymore, because if there's a print issue, I lose out on one. And it's not Rippaverse's fault. I'm not upset. I will be purchasing Horseman 2 at MegaCon, as well as ISOM 1 through 3. Really? And I will give reviews after that. There will be so much content coming out after I get home. It's not funny. I have scripts written. I haven't gotten around to recording yet. I have current comic runs. Unfortunately, they've kind of run their past, so they need a rework. I had a top 5 comic book runs you should be reading right now. I just don't know if they're still running or not. But I might do it as comic runs you can still find on complete comic runs you can find on your shelf or something like that are finished, that you can just grab off your local comic shop shelf. The racks. But yeah, absolutely. Check out Rippaverse. And if you like these books or anything like that, check out some of their other ones. If you're into horror, check out Blood Ruth. If you're into that anti-hero, immortal anti-hero, check out Yaira. If you want cosmic, check out Zaylin. I cannot recommend Zaylin enough. That book is the art in that book is fucking spectacular.
I was listening to a video with Andy Andrew and Caro, and they were saying out of any of the books that are coming out currently is Detention Crew. And I was a little surprised with that. They were saying that the script, when they read it, they were like, this is really, really good, and it's not getting enough attention. So if anybody
I have Detention Crew pre-ordered. It is I will buy anything with this Oscar Sisters name on it, comic book wise. I will, because they stand for quality. They believe in what they write, and they are unbelievably good to their fans. Unbelievable, 2 pair of sweetest women I have ever met in my life. And I am getting Detention Crew too. And I looked at it and I read the summary of it, and I'm like, this looks like a reverse Sky High.
Yeah, it's like the Rippaverse's Teen Titans is basically what it feels like. But
the best part is it's geared towards kids.
Kids, yeah.
So the release date is May 6th. You got to get the cutoff date and the pre-order done by April 8th. So basically, I'm going to run home and make sure I pay for this, because I have 2 I got to order. What am I ordering next? Okay, I got it all written down. No, crap, wrong side. Where are you? You were here. I know I did. That's weird. I know I wrote it all down. Oh, no, I'm okay. will be ordering Alpha Core 3 and Detention Crew in April. In May, I will be Salvage, the next Yaira, and Hellbound Stagecoach. In May is Sorsha and Horseman 3, and then June is Bloodruth. And that's just the current schedule. On the upside, a lot of my comic runs have ended at my local comic shop. So my comic prices are going down, but I am going to start ordering the Invincible Ultimate Editions from them instead of ordering them off of eBay. I'd rather give the extra. If I'm going to, I could pay $25 to $30 per off eBay. It's $45 from my local comic shop, but I want to keep them in business. So I will start ordering that, and we will. If you want to see reviews of that, please let me know. Like, seriously, if you want to see my thoughts and opinions on the Invincible Ultimates, let me know. I absolutely started. I saw some of the stuff, and I started watching a lot of shorts popped up into my feed, and I really started liking Omni-Man from the shorts. I'm like, well, and it's all like shorts from the TV show, and I'm like, well, I could, what is it? I could, I want to read the comics. I don't just want to watch the show. I want to read the comics. And I read the comics. I read that first one. And I'm like, this is really good. Not a little good. I mean, really good. I mean, like, the show just makes it sound like it's a blood guts gore fest all the time. And even Gingy was, sorry. Even you, buddy, were like, I don't know, the show, it's a little violent for me and everything like that. I'm like, the comic adds, they cut so much. Mark struggled trying to get into the college, the push of that duality.
Yeah.
And realizing he can't do it. He has to commit to one thing. And everything like that. That struggle, that's not in the show. That train scene is not in the comics.
Oh.
That was literally, they took out all the aspects of human side of Mark and just focused on, you're half Viltrumite, this is what you're. They cut out everything that made him human and made the choices he did going forward in the series.
Yeah.
And the show is good if you just want a bloody action mental checkout. If you want something really good to read, Invincible is solid. Invincible is very, very good. And it is consistent. It is done by the same writer. It is done by the first after the first 8 issues. This is done by the same artist, and you can definitely tell it takes a little bit till Otley takes over the art. But once Otley takes over that art, he definitely brings it to that needed next level.
Yeah,
and it is good.
I don't think I've gone that far yet. But...
Amazing. You haven't gotten to the point where Omni-Man takes out the Guardians of the Globe, because that when Otley takes over.
Oh no! Okay, no. I'm on like issue 16 or something. It's
I think it's like issue 8 or 9 where they take out Guardians of the Globe. And by the way, Mark's first real superhero problem is one of his teachers strapping bombs to the kids and killing them.
Yeah.
Like, they completely cut that out of the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's some really good shit. It is definitely not a kid's comic, but it's definitely a good comic. I really enjoying Invincible. But no, Detention Crew Part 1 is available now. I'm not sure if you can pre-order it yet, but definitely grab it. I really want to get this book. I don't care if it's made for kids. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Rainer going. I wish Michael Turner was still alive. He would love to see the artwork in the Rippaverse. I actually, my 2 favorite artists are dead. In any sort of Marvel or medium, they passed, and it was really upsetting because Greg and Tim Hildebrand did the Fleer Marvel Masterpieces set. This was one of my first nudges in, and they had their art is fantastic. I love their art. Like, I plan on buying some of the prints and stuff like it because I just love their art and work and things like that. It is so good, and they're so detailed, and they really cared about the characters. You could tell by the way they drew things. And it is absolutely heartbreaking to hear that Tim Hildebrand had passed. They were in the 70s and 80s, but were absolutely phenomenal. He died last year or the year before, but it was one of those things where it's like you could feel it was one of those, you're getting older. Your favorite things are going. It was one of those, you're definitely getting older, because that was one of my favorite memories as a kid, was those cards. And I wouldn't be reading and have as much passion about this as I did today if it wasn't for the cards on those art on those cards, artwork on those cards. All right, yeah, they will always be remembered. They not only did the Marvel cards, they did a lot of stuff for Magic the Gathering. They did a lot of stuff in early Magic and stuff like that too. So they were very prolific artists and very, very good. And it's but we'll have to look. They're together now, and when hopefully one day I'll get to meet them both and go, hey, thanks, man, I really appreciate that. I want to go over here and talk to Stanley. But Ginger, you got anything this week?
Nothing too crazy. No.
It's the Doomsday leaks, the Lantern fuck up. Like, who the fuck? You know, the biggest thing about the Lanterns is they're interstellar cops, and you have them stuck on Earth, showing a complete, like, oh, we want to do True Detectives. I'm like, then do it on another fucking world. Yeah. But they wanted that gritty, and I'm just like, Joe Quesada and Guns Employment Status, and the new Battle Beast comes out. I completely forgot about the Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they did some good stuff for Magic the Gathering, man. Seriously. You know, Spider-Man and everything like that. It's been a rough week, but on the upside, we have Rippaverse. We have quality comics that are coming out. They're not crazy to produce, and they're put out by a guy who stands by what he writes.
Yeah.
And he listens to us, the fans. I'm pretty sure we've tossed out more than a few ideas that are going to end up in comics down the line.
Well, here's the thing for me is I wanted a couple years ago, I said I wanted a Western, I wanted a speedster, I wanted a vigilante, and they've already got all of that, and I'm happy. I'm happy where everything's at right now. So it's crazy.
Green Lantern is my favorite DC hero besides Batman, but my kids won't be old enough to watch the series. Buy it on DVD and show them to it later. Buy a copy of Justice League, the Justice League, and buy a copy of the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited cartoons on DVD, and tuck them away somewhere safe for when there's 4 or 5, and sit down and show them what superheroes used to be. Show them the greatness, because that's what I watched growing up, and they are still some of the greatest adaptions of any stories out of comic books ever. Like, even Spider-Man, the animated series, did a good job adapting what was in the comics.
Yeah. The Batman animated series is
the Batman animated, even the Batman, like the one that came after it, was so good.
Still good. Yeah.
Like, I love that silhouette of him just going like this and putting the cowl on. Like that, I'm like, that is sick. And I'm not even a Batman fan. That slaps.
See, and I'm not even a Superman fan, and I think that is the Superman animated series is one of the greatest series of all time.
The Tim Daly Superman with that was good too.
Yeah.
I love it when him and Batman met. Like, he's like Bruce Wayne, and then he puts the tracker on his cape, and he just kind of, hey, I gotcha. And he's just like, Superman's just like, I don't like this. No. So did you hear about the new, before we get off track, did you hear about the new Green Lantern? I don't actually have something pulled up for this one. The new Green Lantern and Hal Jordan. I'm not sure if it's Ultimate. I saw it on a short. But apparently Hal Jordan lost his ring and got sent back to Earth and was really depressed. But Hal Jordan's sheer force of will allowed him to create a ring that's powered by himself. And his constructs he basically, the theory around it is Hal Jordan's will is so strong that his will created a ring for him to create his own construct, which are better than the constructs he had before. The issue is since he doesn't have a battery recharge at, he actually has to be careful how much he uses them because he's draining his own life force. And I'm like, that's an interesting theory. I mean, if anybody could do something like that, it would definitely be Hal Jordan. I just saw a short on it. I haven't read the comic, so I don't know what it is. But I'm like, I think it's an interesting theory, but it's not about the theory. It's about your execution of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that could definitely take off. But you have to have the ability to do it. You have to have the storytelling chops to do that. But if anybody, in theory, in practice, if anybody would be capable of doing that in the DC universe, it would be Hal Jordan, because Hal's will is unbreakable. He is the Lantern of Lanterns, the first human Green Lantern. He was literally just badass. I got all the collector's editions of everything DC animated up until the last thing. Because I'm in Australia, I have to order them to WBs, and yeah, I can only imagine what that's like, dude. That's got to be pricey. I'm talking up back in the early 90s, including Batman, the animated series statues, etc. Dude, very nice, Rainer. Very nice. And that actually answers my second question. I was going to ask you if you were going to be at MegaCon, but apparently not, as you are in Australia. Oh, good Lord. But no, I saw that short, and I'm like, I'm not a big DC guy, but that actually just sounds like a cool conceptually.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like the writing, I don't know. Like the art looked good, which just says something. Like more and more artists today are pulling from anime and the Japanese style of art and everything like that, which is good. But I want a little bit more of the classical art, comic book art. Like no one will ever be Stan Lee or Steve Ditko or anything like that. They were the grandfathers. They were the ones that made American comics. But if you're making American comics, try to have at least some semblance of a native and native American art style. You know, just have a little bit of that. Like Otley has. It's obvious that the battles and everything that Otley writes are anime inspired. That they're brutal, they're knocked down, but it's still a very distinct American art style, if that makes any sense. No big eyes, small mouth, anime style art.
Yeah.
My wife is Native American. She's Choctaw, but I'm Australian. I'm in Australia at the moment. Yeah, I was hoping I would meet you at the freaking meetup, dude. I really was. I'm going to meet a lot of people there. If you don't know, I will be at MegaCon. Look for the fat guy wearing this hat and a Green Goblin t-shirt. And I always say mean fat. I mean fat, although that might not help at a con. Just to let you know, I am fat. There's nothing wrong with calling me fat. Saying a fat person is fat isn't bad. I'm not going to take it as offense. You're stating a fact. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not going to start swinging. I'm not going to try to sit on you. But I am fat. And I will be wearing Crocs. Why? Because I'm extremely flat-footed, and walking around in normal sneakers actually hurts my feet because the glue separates on the sides. Like, I have such flat feet, no arch support, that I'll step down and the glue that separates the sides of the shoe breaks apart one long walk. So I wear Crocs because they're the only things I've found that actually don't kill my feet and my lower back. So I'll be wearing Crocs. Have a big bag with me, and I'll be wearing this hat and a black T-shirt with a big face of the Green Goblin on it. John Romita Green Goblin, by the way.
Nice.
And it'll be a 6L shirt, and I'll be in a pair of shorts. So I'll be walking around. You can probably find me at the Rippaverse booth or at the freaking or walking around the comic book section trying to find back issues because I'm bringing a list. But yeah, I will be at MegaCon, and if you don't want to see me and not going to the con, I will be at the parks that Friday night, walking around. I'll be the fat guy eating food, and it's true, dude. I'm just speaking facts here, man. You can find me at the Who Hash thing, get some Who Hash or something like that. I'm gonna get one of those Bloody Marys. That looked really good. Have you seen the Bloody Marys at the parks, dude?
Mm-mm.
Dude, they got like a Jack's Beef Link jerky in them.
Nice.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm going to get a bloody. I'm on vacation. I can do that shit. And if I'm not there, yeah, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers meetup. I will 100% be there. If you haven't yet, RSVP. They might be short. They might be maxed out. Here we go. I'm not sure if they're maxed out yet. MegaCon to Geeks and Gamers. They're sold out. They had 800 RSVPs and are sold out. That's what that was their limit. 800 RSVPs. This is their biggest meetup yet. The first one was like 300 2 years ago. They're up to 8.
Oh my gosh.
I'm grumpy. I'm old. I say what I feel, and my want for other people's feelings is at an all-time low unless I know you, and even then, I just won't say it. It doesn't mean I won't think it. I am nice to everybody. I have that. I was raised with the general common courtesy to strangers. You're not just out like rude, but calling me fat ain't gonna piss me off. You can call me a fat fuck to my face and just go, "Yep, I am." I'm also down 20 pounds, by the way.
You can call me short, and I won't care.
You are. Well, that's just a fact. You are short. I don't judge anybody by their appearance. We're all the same. People need to be nice to another. You'll need to make friends. You just need to be nice. You'll make friends anyway. I'm nice to everybody, man. Like I'm like Jay. I'm just nice to everybody. Like I just have opinions, but yeah, no, just yeah, but no. RSVPs are filled up for Geeks and Gamers. That sucks. I would send you over to Cobra Cast, but I can't raid yet. I don't not monetize. But if you did enjoy this stream, hit the like, hit the sub button, leave a comment after it's done. And Gingy, where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me on YouTube and TikTok where I talk about comic book lore. That is my main thing. So come and join me.
He's gotten an absolutely fantastic little series of shorts about the origins and anatomy of the X-Men. So good. You need to do Nate Gray, which is an uncyberized Cable.
Oh, I forgot about Nate Gray. You told me about that.
He's from the X-Men Apocalypse dimension, and he merged into ours. He is an uncybervirused Cable.
I was kind of trying to move past that one and go into Marvel weapons, but maybe I'll have to keep going with the X-Men one because there's
still quite a few good mutants. Like I like the Colossus one. That was a good one.
There are a lot of mutants that I probably could still go over, but maybe I will keep going with it and just do both.
Mm-hmm. So. Ginger Wolverine does have a channel. I have it linked in the description of the video below. You can scroll down, click that, give Gingy a sub. That would be awesome. I actually randomly was watching his videos, and I just messaged him out of the blue. I'm like, he's a Rippaverse fan. He won't screw over my channel. Took a shot on it. Haven't regretted it once since. Man, I love having Gingy as my host. As time goes on, I'm trying to get some guests on and stuff like that. I'm trying to get Jay on. I'd love to get the Soskas on.
We need to get Andy Andrew in here.
We need to get Andy Andrew. I would love to get Caro on.
Yeah, Andy Andrew would definitely come on. He loves us. So I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Oh, and did you Rainer sub to you, dude? You got a Rainer sub.
Thanks, man.
All right, so where are we? So did you see that we were in the latest Rippaverse review?
I did, yeah, that was fun.
Me, you, Malty. We were all shout out to my brother Malty. Miss you, brother. We were in it. We're making all their reviews, man. Man, like I messaged. I actually posted. I'm like, dude, you keep putting me in these. You seriously humble me, man. Like you really do.
I missed it. I missed the Glorious Death one. I keep forgetting to make a review for that one, but
when the book comes in, I literally post it online. Review incoming soon.
Yeah. I normally do too, but man.
Well, you've had a bit of a crazy couple months since Christmas.
It's been. That's for sure. But
it's just been a thing, and I know, like I'm not mad at you or anything. Like I get it. You know, I really do get it. How busy you are. And that's why I am so willing to work around you, man. Like I'm so willing to. Well, you like doing this too. You told me to. Well, I'm like, you want a co-host that's going to enjoy doing this shit.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's going to be on and talk about this shit, and with like-minded individuals. So not the hive mind, but different opinions, but like-minded. And just because you're the DC guy, I'm the Marvel guy. I'm the Gary. You're the Az. It's a poor man's FNT, but still, I love doing these shows with you, man. I get a little moody around December. I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. I completely get depressed and shut down.
Yeah.
This is why I vanished for a while. The time change and the constant darkness up here in New England really sucks.
Yeah.
Imagine if Hollywood hired people with the same mentality. Yeah, you would think, but they never will. They've been completely destroyed. My favorite hobby has pretty much been completely destroyed by the mind virus. Tabletop gaming. It's been complete. The main ones have all been completely annihilated.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is completely fully infiltrated and it got damaged beyond repair and never recovered. But what I tell people is you're right. Dungeons and Dragons is dead. It will no longer have probably any new Dungeons and Dragons for at least 20 years.
Yeah.
But what Blizz Watsy doesn't want you to know, you don't have to play their version of D&D. You can buy older books. You can find older PDFs. You can play the older systems and not give Watsy a penny. And that's what Watsy's biggest secret is they're not telling you, is that you can play other games other than their style of D&D. And they don't want you to know that. I play a lot of games. I have a whole shelf of D&D books behind me. You can probably see them kind of poking out right here. These are two full cubes of Dungeons and Dragons books are going in a tote bin after I move and not getting taken out again. They're right in there with my dice bag, my bag of holding, and like I have a bag. My dice bag is this big around and that thick. It's full of dice.
Oh my!
I am horrible at the math rocks, but after I get back from MegaCon, I have some things planned. I am working on. There will be more live streams. The Real Talk and the Short Box aren't going anywhere. I'm going to see if I can get another person up on this. The stream's going to improve. I'm going to do a small investment, some new panels and everything like that. And there will be an improvement of overall quality going forward. New videos will be coming out. And hopefully there'll be a small stint. I do have to want to get out of this apartment by the end of the year. That's my goal, is to move. So we'll see where all that lands. But for now, MegaCon, more videos of comic books coming on the way. And yeah, it's gonna be a good year. Well, maybe not for maybe not for Spider-Man and Doomsday, but it's gonna be a good year. But follow him at Ginger Wolverine. Hit that like, hit the sub button, share this out there, and we don't know Gingy's schedule yet for next week. Soon as I get the days he's available, we will toss it up there. Be live Wednesday for more Real Talk with Wasp and Makara as we review Space Cowboys. And we'll have that up. But otherwise, thanks everybody for coming through. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend and keep reading those comics, folks. Catch you later.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.